All right, it's smelling good in the kitchen already. Michael Kellum is here from Riverwalk Restaurant, and we're making a trio of sandwiches. What are we doing today?
You can't go wrong with a sandwich.
No.
It's one of the best foods you can eat. A great accompaniment will be a beer that we feature 20 on tap at Water Street Grill. And today we're doing a beer battered foot-long hot dog.
Ooh.
We're doing an oyster poor boy, and we're doing a 1-pound hamburger that we call the Fat Bastard.
Okay, that sounds a little scary going along with our Halloween theme. We're going to get started with all of these great sandwiches. We're going to keep cooking. It's smelling good. You don't want to miss it. We're back now in the kitchen with Chef Michael Kellum from Riverwalk Restaurant in Yorktown. He's making some tasty sandwiches for us this morning. And you know, this is a lot easier to talk about food.
One of my favorite subjects.
Where are we going to start this morning?
We're going to start with our beer battered foot-long hot dog
Foot-long hot dog.
that we call the salty dog.
Okay.
And it's all beef. And what we do is that we dip it in beer batter. So I made a beer batter with Guinness beer.
So it's pretty thick, huh?
It is.
Pretty thick batter.
You want to coat the hot dog because when you drop it into the oil, you want it to deep fry. You want to have a nice crust.
Splatter? Do I need to
Oh
stand
no,
back?
it's not.
All right.
I'll make sure nothing happens to you. When you want to make sandwiches, there's a couple key rules that I like to mention. You got to have good bread at first.
Right.
So what I do with the bread is that I brush it with butter and then I bake it, because the outside is going to be crunchy, but the inside is going to be moist. You want to have a good protein. So I think this is going to be.
I mean, goodness. People can finish that in one sitting?
Yes.
Wow.
That oil is a little bit, has some onions in it from the bottom, from I made onion rings in it.
Onion rings, okay.
So we're gonna let that cook for a minute. And then, especially getting into the wintertime, tomatoes get kind of mushy. So you wanna have a good alternative towards that. So what I did is I made a coleslaw.
Oh, coleslaw, all right.
Because that can hold up with mayonnaise or vinegar based.
So it's a nice little side to have. With
We got a little bit of
You've got to
carrot.
have the foot-long buns. I was telling Michael, let's go with your foot-long dog. And so this is something that's on the menu over there at Riverwalk.
It is.
All year round?
It is. It's called the salty dog, and it comes with the slaw, grilled onions, and peppers.
Okay.
And we're also going to do our sandwich called the Fat Bastard,
Okay.
which is 2 8-ounce hamburger patties
Oh, my
served
God,
with onion rings, one burger.
Wow.
And we're also going to do the flash fried oyster poor boy that we're also going to put on a foot-long sub roll.
Okay, very good. So we're letting that deep fry. How long do you
Yes.
leave that in there?
For about 2 to 3 minutes. As you can tell right now, it's starting to get golden. It's going to look like a Twinkie almost when it's done.
Kind of like a corn dog?
Yes.
Kind of ish?
Yes.
What kind of beer did you use for your batter?
I use Guinness beer because it's a dark beer and it's going to go very well with the mustard that we're going to use as the spread.
Gotcha.
So with this key sandwich, you got to have good bread, buttered toast, good vegetables, something that's going to hold up, and a good spread.
Okay, nice.
The hot dog's almost done right here.
So you're actually having a beer event over at Riverwalk this weekend, speaking of beer.
We do. This Thursday night, starting at 6:30, we're having a 4-course beer dinner at Water Street Grill. It's going to feature the local brewery Smartmouth. It's $40 plus tax and gratuity. It's going to be 4 courses. It's going to be.
You get to pick your, is it like a, where you get to pick like
it's a
one
set
or two?
menu.
Okay.
And we have the beer pairings with it. It's going to be a flatbread with grilled chicken, Gruyere cheese.
Ooh, that sounds yummy.
It's going to be brown sugar glazed pork chili.
Ooh.
It's going to be beer brownies with candied bacon,
Beer
chocolate chip
brownies.
with chocolate chip ice cream. And the last time I was on here, I did steamed mussels and clams with beer with bacon and onions and garlic. And
So
we're
you're
going to
gonna
do
bring
that.
that back? Okay,
We're going to bring that back.
Nice, very good. Okay, so we've got our dog all deep fried and ready. Okay,
now
so
we're
that's
gonna see-
looking pretty good.
Now that oil's almost ready for the oysters. You want to make sure that it's hot, because if you just put something cold in the oil, it's going to be
So
soggy.
for the oysters, you want to make sure it's nice and hot.
So basically what you want to do is have all your mise en place together. When you're doing multitask, you don't want to be running back and forth.
Oh no, not at all.
So I breaded the oysters about an hour ago. You want to refrigerate them.
Until you're ready to cook.
Exactly, because if you bread them too quick and drop them in too quick, the breading's just going to float
Fall off,
away and it's going to be soggy.
And so how long? Are you just going to like flash fry those or?
About the same amount of time as the hot dog.
Okay. And so that's going to be our deep fried or oyster po' boy. So between these three, what's your favorite?
I'm an oyster fan.
Yeah.
I'm a huge.
Well, it's definitely the season for oysters. All right, so we're going to let you get started on the oysters. We'll be cooking the big 1 pound burger when we come back. You don't want to miss it. So good so far.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We're back now in the kitchen with Michael Kellum from Riverwalk Restaurant in Yorktown, and we're making some tasty sandwiches. We started off with a salty dog, which is a foot-long hot dog, deep fried. Check that out. And we're getting ready now to plate up the oyster po' boy, which you have deep fried some of the oysters, and wow, look at that. I mean, all of that goes into one sandwich?
We're very generous with our portions down at Riverwalk, Water Street Grill, and the York River Oyster Company. I want to share a couple secrets with you.
All right, we're all about secrets here.
You're great.
Tell me, do tell.
I started out in the kitchen about 26 years ago. Didn't know anything about it, just walked in looking for a job, and I knew that I fit in. And a couple secrets I'm going to keep, but a couple I'm going to share with you.
Well, tell us the ones you can share.
I think the best way to cook a burger is to only touch it twice. When you put it on the grill and when you flip it. When I see young chefs, and I don't want to sound like I'm an old guy
Multiple flips.
just like pressing on it and just flipping it, you're gonna ruin the moistness of it. So this has been cooking here in this skillet for about 20 minutes. And I've only turned it once, and I've got 3 slices of Swiss cheese on each.
I was going to say, I don't think we have enough cheese on there. Just kidding.
So that's something to keep in mind. And I also
You just want to give it its time to cook. No
just
need
let
to
it
rush
cook.
it, press
Yes.
it, flip it, extra time.
And something very funny is that I've never had anything below a medium.
Oh.
That's just the way I was brought up. But but I'm not, being discriminating by anybody who does eat it rare. But to me, it's just kind of odd.
Okay.
How do you like your burger prepared?
I like it well done. Medium well to well done.
Yeah, I'm a medium
like it
medium
cooked.
well guy. So that's something else too.
So give it its time. And these are thick patties.
These are 8 ounces each. Angus
right.
beef. So that's a 1 pound burger with the cheese, the onion rings. We're gonna saute some mushrooms here.
Nice.
And we made a mustard sauce that we put on the hot dog,
Look at that.
and that we're gonna put on
So is this
the
a little
fat.
spicy?
Yes, it's 3 types of mustard in there. It's dry, yellow, and Dijon.
Oh, so this is something you guys make there at
Yes,
Riverwalk.
that's one of our other secrets.
I know you put a healthy amount on that hot dog.
Exactly.
Up
Well, with that is that you're going to have the creaminess of the coleslaw with the mayonnaise and the cider vinegar and a little bit of sugar for sweetness, but then you're going to have the little kick from the mustard.
there. Okay.
So you got the bread that has the butter on it, and I'm not going to sound like Paula Deen here. Everything is better with butter. The oysters are almost done. I always try to make sure that the flour is seasoned, but not over seasoned or
So what
not
do you put
lightly
in there?
seasoned. Since we're so close to the Chesapeake Bay, I'm a huge fan also of Old Bay seasoning. So I just dredged it in Old Bay seasoning, flour, a little salt and pepper. Feel free to use anything you like. When I was looking through the cabinet today, I was thinking how interesting it would be to put curry powder with flour and oysters.
You want to just change it up a little bit.
I would, this industry is constantly changing. You have to adapt to.
Bring out new flavors,
Exactly.
give something new to try. But these are items that are always on the menu over there. And
Yes.
how can you go wrong with a sandwich? I think you said that earlier. But I mean, gosh, these are so massive. Speaking of Halloween, I mean, these are intimidating looking sandwiches. I'm not saying they're scary, but it's like, where do you start? And you're going to stuff this one with the oysters. And then, I mean, I guess when you're done with that burger, it's going to be stacked, what,
Yes.
a foot high?
Yes, it's going to be a foot high. This Halloween, did I mention at the Halloween party we're having at Water Street Grill?
Oh, Halloween party over there. So what's this Halloween party all about?
At Water Street Grill, located right next door to Riverwalk Restaurant, we're having a Halloween party. We're going to have a band called Hollywood.
Ooh.
They're a local band. To me, they remind me of a young Guns N' Roses, and they're a fun band. They're good guys. If you want to come on out, wear a costume. We're going to have a costume contest.
Okay. Are you going to be one of the judges?
I may be.
I always love to see how creative people get.
The only thing that we ask, if you just be mindful that it is a restaurant and don't come up in there like Miley Cyrus or anything. Just, be creative, but don't be.
Right. Are you going to be doing any scary, of course, like I said, these are a little bit scary, but are you going to be doing anything special on the menu for the day?
Well, the great thing about working in a
or all about the
restaurant,
oysters?
it's the day of. When we walk in there, we look at what we've got, and we just go from right there. So that's, You gotta stay on your toes.
All right.
But we're always gonna have Chesapeake Bay oysters. We're always gonna have the salty dog sandwich. And when I'm done plating this fat bastard sandwich up, it's gonna be a big seller at the restaurant.
All right, well, I'll let you continue to work on that. Let me tell everybody out there that Riverwalk Restaurant is at 323 Water Street in Yorktown. Give them a call at 875-1522. Reservations are highly suggested for this Friday's Halloween event. And don't forget the beer event.
The beer dinner's at Water
Thursday.
Street Grill.
And that's at Water Street Grill. For more information, riverwalkrestaurant.net. The food looks and smells great. I'll let
Thank you so much.
finish putting these big boys back up together so we can eat them. Thanks.
Thank you.